plane crash. Not these days. Anyway, it'd end up in the Manukau Harbour.
A 747 cargo plane has crashed onto a group of houses in South Auckland. The number of casualties is not yet known, but many homes have been destroyed. Police, fire and civil defence officials have cordoned off a 2 square kilometre section of Papatoetoe. There'll be a full report in One Network News at 6.
Landslips? Yeah, shouldn't happen here. Floods? Never think about them.
At Christmas, flood control gates here were swept away, putting paid to camping plans and forcing 2 families from homes at Henley. It's a disaster too for New Zealand Rail. In places, its main trunk line is 2 metres underwater and probably won't reopen for 2 days.
Earthquakes? Pretty tame in this part of the world, aren't they? Chemical spills? I seem to remember one in Parnell, but wasn't that bad, was it?
Workers at the rail yards apparently discovered the leaking chemicals when they opened a container holding drums of sisal or hexanone. The gas released is poisonous and inflammable, and to guard against its spread, nearby businesses were evacuated while fire services concentrated on moving the leaking drums. About 500 people had to be moved.
Tsunamis? Oh, do me a favour.
This is a civil defence emergency. A major volcanic eruption in the Coral Sea has sent a massive tsunami in the direction of the South Pacific region, travelling towards New Zealand at over 600 kilometres per hour. It's expected to reach Auckland still over 10 metres high within 4 hours. All low-lying areas are being evacuated by civil defence authorities. Please stay tuned to News Talk ZB. We repeat this message from Civil Defence. A major volcanic
eruption? What a joke!
A major eruption is expected on Rangitoto Island at any time. It's still showing signs of volcanic activity and a big lava vent has appeared in the crater. Large areas of the North Shore and the eastern suburbs of Auckland are being evacuated, and civil defence officials are urging people to stay away from the Waitemata Harbour and waterfront areas.
Most of these events could happen in the Greater Auckland area. Some already have. It's the responsibility of every Aucklander to be aware and to be prepared for any disaster. And it's the role of the Auckland City Civil Defence Organisation to make sure you're not only a survivor, but a survivor who was prepared. The first thing you should do, get to know this sound. Burn it into your memory. This is the sound all of Auckland's radio stations will broadcast to warn of any major disaster. While some disasters can strike totally without warning, some we may have time to prepare for, but there is never enough time. That's why the Auckland City Civil Defence Headquarters is always ready to move into action whenever that warning is sounded. Specialist help is always on standby, and a command network can be quickly mobilised for any emergency. The Auckland City Civil Defence Organisation has the people and the communications to ensure the safety and well-being of our city. But you must do your part as well. Every family or household must develop an emergency plan that will ensure you're prepared for the unexpected. You must frequently check whether the items and material you'll require in a disaster or civil emergency are able to be gathered together quickly and easily. When you get home, check your cupboards for all these items. A portable light or torch with spare batteries. At least one working transistor radio, also with spare batteries. And essential first aid items. Many of the items you'd need in a disaster are those used in the everyday running of your home. If they're used, you must ensure they're replaced immediately and kept up to date. Ideally, there should be one person responsible for checking them on a regular basis. If it is necessary at any time for you to be evacuated from your home, there are also important items you must take with you. They should include essential family medication, baby's immediate needs, extra warm clothing, toiletries, towels, blankets, and important documents like your passports, wills, birth certificates, and insurance policies. Every person in your household should know where essential services like water, gas, and electricity can be disconnected as you leave, and this includes the children in case of injury to adults in the house. If you're not required to evacuate, you must stay inside. Look around your house, find the strongest part of the structure and designate that as the place you should gather together. That's where you'd settle down and be prepared to look after yourself for at least 24 hours while the civil defence authorities evaluate the situation. Unless advised to evacuate, stay inside. In the event of an earthquake and you're inside, find something to get under. Remember to protect yourself by getting under a desk, a table, or another piece of furniture. And hold on, or brace yourself in a doorway like this. Remember it this way: duck, cover, and hold, or brace yourself in a doorway. After an earthquake or chemical spill, you'd be much safer indoors in an undamaged or slightly damaged home, and certainly in the case of a tropical cyclone. Flying debris, falling chimneys, and power lines can be lethal, so stay put and await those instructions. In the case of a landslip like this one here in Grey Lynn in December 1981, common sense may dictate that you do leave the building, but the general rule is stay put and listen to your radio. So far, we've discussed only the general rules for survival in a civil defence emergency, but of course, each disaster is unique. The high winds of a tropical cyclone or major storm can turn very ugly. You must tie everything down or move items indoors. Garden furniture, roofing iron and rubbish bins can be lethal projectiles when they're flying. Board up or tape any large windows and stay inside the strongest part of the house. Remember also the build-up of pressure that can occur in a building during high winds, and where possible, open some windows on the downwind side of the house. For a volcanic eruption, stay inside and listen to your radio. If you have to go outside for any reason, cover your body and head and breathe through a wet cloth. Carry a torch and wear goggles. Tsunamis are another ever-possible danger to the Auckland Isthmus. Tsunamis are not tidal waves, but the direct result of underwater seismic activity, and they can travel across oceans at the speed of a jumbo jet. These gently lapping waves on Kohimarama Beach could be replaced by a wall of water coming down the channel up to 10 metres high. You will have had a warning, but not much. When you receive instructions to evacuate, you must take your family's essential items and know the quickest way to higher ground. Floods can strike with some warning, but they can also be sudden. You must get warm clothing, footwear, your essential items, and wait for instructions. Again, you must make sure all essential services are turned off. In a chemical spill, stay inside with windows and doors shut. Your radio will be the essential ingredient in this disaster, and you must listen carefully for instructions. The back cover of Auckland's Yellow Pages has this civil defence information. Read these pages thoroughly, get to know them well, and be prepared. In our uncertain world, where nature deals the cards in ways we can often not predict, and where human error can lead to other accidents, you must be prepared, vigilant, and be a survivor. The Auckland City Civil Defence Office will be glad to assist in further information, and we thank you for taking the time to watch this important video.